Welcome to yet another episode of Success Principles by Successful Principles. My name is Kamal Neet Singh. I'm a mindset coach, a double TEDx speaker, and author of an upcoming book, The Extraordinary Kids. All the parents out there, first of all, thank you for being subscribers to this series of episodes wherein principals from different parts of the globe they come and they share their wisdom so that your journey of parenting becomes a beautiful one, because I know that across the world we have everything, right from manufacturing a pin to manufacturing a plane. But the moment it comes to parenting, there is a lot of hit and trial, and we believe that if we can probably avoid making some mistakes and learn from the experiences of people all around wherein they have dealt with thousands of kids all these years, that will make a huge difference. What I also believe is that every father is a superman and every mother is a superwoman, and conscious parenting is their true superpower. And if we can exercise this true power that we have, it will make a huge difference to our relationship. And on this episode today, we have a very, very special guest with us. And I can tell you one thing: you are in for a treat. You might want to have a pen and a paper with you to make the notes so that at the end of the episode, you are able to take them with you and implement them. And I'm repeating that you are in for a treat. So let me tell you, who do we have with us on the show today? We have with us a very, 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 very passionate educator with us. We have Mrs. Anita Sharma with us today, who is the principal of SD Public School, Pitampura, New Delhi. Let me give you a little brief about her. She's an expert in a subject that I was always scared of. She's an expert in mathematics and has experience of 30 years in the field of education. She's contributed in the field of mathematics education and has trained more than 10,000 teachers and principals in India and overseas. For her innovative experiments in the field of mathematics education, she was given presidential grant to celebrate legacy of eminent mathematician Srinivas Ramanujan for 3 years and Lifetime Achievement Award. Aryabhatt Samman by All India Ramanujan Mathematics Club. She's a passionate educationist, and her mission is to prepare committed generation. She has set an ideal model of inclusive school and environment and conscious school. For her efforts in the field of education, she's been conferred with Madan Mohan Malviya Award for the year 2018. Now, she's somebody who's a great advocate of Indian culture and values and Indian thought of education. She is instrumental in preparing curriculum of Bharatiya Shiksha Board, prepared under the aegis of Patanjali Yog Peeth and chairmanship of Swami Ramdev ji. It is indeed a pleasure and an honor for me to have her on this episode. Madam, welcome to this episode of Success Principles by Successful Principles. A hearty welcome.
Thank you so much for inviting me on this platform.
It is indeed a pleasure. You know that uh, parenting is quite a journey, and if parents can probably get some guidance, that makes their journey a smooth one and a beautiful one. Now, you have been dealing with thousands of parents all these years. I've had the privilege to deal with parents and kids. I know that parents का ना एक सवाल होता है कि my child should become a good human being and he should also become successful in life, whatever their definition of success is. Now, I'm very curious to know from you, what is it that you think, what makes a child successful in the real world? What's your take on that?
Okay. Mr. Kamalneet, I think very relevant question which every parent and every child, every student wants to know. So what I personally feel is that three A's are very important. One is aptitude, another is attitude, and the third one is awareness. So if whatever aptitude you have, you are born with, you don't have any control over that. But you can always train yourself, your mind, to work in a particular direction in your desirable direction.
Right.
But attitude is very, very important. And for attitude, if I talk from our Vedic philosophy, a beautiful slok which I really like, and I always share this with the students, is it says that a student always, good student should always have these five lakshana. This is kak cheshta, Bako dhyanam, Shwana nidra tathaiva cha, Alpahari grihatyagi vidyarathi pancha lakshanam. That means that you should have the curiosity like crow. He flies and he tries to peep into everything and tries to know what is happening. So the curiosity of the crow. Bako Dhyanam means the concentration of the Bagula. He stands for hours in a way that everybody feels that he is not moving at all. He might be dead, he might be alive. So they are not able to judge about him, but uh, he focuses with full concentration on his food, that is fish. Then Shwana Nidra, that means the sleep should be like dog, and that means even in sleep you should be alert, and you must know that what is the important time and when you are needed. So the alertness should be there all the time. Don't think that what you're don't forget your responsibilities and your priorities in the life. And then is alpahari, that means always take it. It actually, if you take the word by word meaning, then this means one who eats less, but I am just changing this in the modern context, and I will say one who is taking the healthy food and the nutritious food. Graha tyagi means it does not mean that you have to tyag your home. It simply means that whatever is happening, um, whatever worldly affairs are happening around you, so keep yourself away from them and try to focus on your goals and your aims of life. So these are the five characteristics, five attributes which every child must have if he wants to get success in life. Second point is, because you asked me three success mantras, so second I will say is that every child should be lifelong learner. Don't think that your school is finished and your education is finished, or your college is finished and that means the education will stop. Lifelong you will need to upgrade yourself. You should always be conscious of what new knowledge is coming in your expertise area, and you should always try to learn that. And the last thing which I would like to say to every child is that you should be consciously aware about your about the local problems, about the national problems, as well as the global problems. And if you have this problem solving attitude, then you will always be successful in your life. And I would like to quote a very, very small incident. Um, uh, in Paris 2008, uh, a story was written, and that story has become the story of every household now. The two people, one's name was Garrett Camp and another was Travis Kalanick. Both of them, they just came out of a conference during the late night, and they were looking for a cab. They wanted to go to their place back, but they were not able to find it for many hours. And suddenly an idea clicked to them. And the idea was, if we could arrange the cab on a telephone call, then how much the life would be easy. And this idea it generated Uber, and now Uber is the success story. So simple attitude of solving the problem and trying to find the solution has given the success to Uber, and it has also improved the quality of life. It has given comfort to all. So I feel that you can touch the infinity if you can be one with the cosmic divinity, if you have this kind of attitude in yourself. So
Very
every
relevant.
develop, must develop this attitude and alertness.
Very relevant example. And while you were narrating the whole example, I was visualizing two people standing in the dark waiting for the cab, not able to get the cab. But then all the parents out there, didn't I tell you that you will get some nuggets and you must make a note of it? And so I picked up a few words, and then you said something very beautiful. You said, if parents can inculcate the habit in the kids wherein they can identify local problems, national problems, and global problems. I think these are three key words that all the parents can probably get into a conversation with their kids wherein they can talk about the local issues, the global issues, and the national issues. And kids will develop, I think, as a byproduct of these conversations, kids will definitely develop a problem solving approach, and at least they will have an idea that this is what the world is dealing with and how can we solve. And of course, you gave some great mantras out there. You spoke about curiosity of a crow, you spoke about the alertness, you spoke about the focus. And I think all the parents out there, if the parents would be thinking agar ye aa jaye na hamare bachchon mein to fir sab bahut badhiya ho jayega, right? So now you shared the success mantras as well. And we have been talking about parents that, and since the show is about success principles and mostly related to how parents can benefit from the same, what would be your I'm very curious to hear this. What would be your top 3 ideas for parents? What would be your top 3 parenting suggestions?
Okay. Again, very relevant questions. And again, I will be quoting some Vedic shlok.
Sure, please.
It's not shlok, actually the Vedic mantras, and which then I will be translating them into the modern terms.
Sure.
So these 5 tips are dharma acharan,
Okay.
dharma vigraha, dharma swadhyay, dharma sang, and dharma sambhashan. Now, what does this mean? This simply means that if dharmacharan means if the parents are judiciously behaving in front of their children, they will be learning all good qualities. If the parents are saying something else and doing something else, of course, the child is not going to imbibe any good thing, and he will learn all the manipulations, and he will learn all the bad things which he should not. So dharmacharan,
all the parents out there, ये आपके लिए है.
yes,
चलेगा नहीं.
धर्म के अनुकूल तो उनको आचरण करना ही पड़ेगा, अगर चाहते हैं कि उनका बच्चा भी वैसा ही बने. Second is dharma vigraha. We are nowadays talking about developing the emotional quotient and the spiritual quotient of the child. So this responsibility should be taken by the parents right from the beginning, because now the theories have also come. Many research papers have been written about this, that the kind of environment which you are creating at your home, even when the child is in womb, the child learns indirectly. So it is not that story of Arjun's son, what was his name? Abhimanyu. So Abhimanyu learned everything in the mother's womb about the Chakravyu. So it's not the matter of story only. If you want your child, many parents, they have started this, that if they want their child to be good reader, then they start reading the stories, they start reading good books, and the child develops that kind of habit in himself. So similarly, every child is a manifestation of energy. We are beyond our body and mind, and if we can understand that we are energy, and as a teacher, every child is also energy, and as a teacher, as a parent, this is our conscious responsibility to give right direction to this flow of energy. Then we will start thinking accordingly, and we will start behaving accordingly, and we will start demonstrating accordingly, and the child is automatically going to learn. So this spiritual quotient or the spiritual environment in the home shall be maintained by all the parents. Next dharma is dharma sambhashan. Sambhashan means the way you are talking to others. If you have the politeness and humbleness in your words, whenever you are talking to the child, if you are respecting the child, you will automatically be receiving that respect and back. So this sambhashan is very, very important. And your way of talking to the child, your pitch, your control over your voice is also going to create a good atmosphere for the child, and he will be able to confide in you, because if the child is getting right opportunity for his expression, then he will not be hiding anything from you. As a child, he must get this feeling that whatever my thinking is, whatever my views are, whatever my potentials are, my parents will be paying good attention to that, and they will be listening to me, and they will be giving me advice in the right direction. But if I have observed certain parents that whatever the child feels, they don't respect that. So they say that you have to be into this and this course, or into this profession, because I want you to be like that. So don't do that. Please don't snatch the freedom of your child. It is said, there is a very beautiful poem by, I think, Khalil Gibran, and it says that children are through us, they are not for us. And we shall realize this, that it's not that they have come in this world to fulfill our unfilled dreams.
Dreams.
We shall give them due respect, and we shall try to hone their talents and their potentials.
I'm glad
Next.
I'm glad you quoted Khalil Gibran's those lines, and very powerful. All the parents out there, sometimes it can be pretty shocking to hear that, quote unquote, Khalil Gibran says that your kids are not your kids. Your kids have come through you, but they do not really belong to you. So I think powerful
Yes.
message, madam, coming from you.
Yeah.
And I like the words that you said, कि उनकी जो freedom है ना, वो मत खींच लो, वो मत snatch कर लो, and let them live their own life as well. Great, please.
So
ma'am.
next two dharmas are the dharma of swadhyay. That means make them self-directed learner. They shall be self-motivated. Don't develop this kind of habit in them कि आप कहेंगे कि पढ़ने बैठो तभी वो पढ़ने बैठेगा. So let him pursue his passion and let him enjoy what he is doing. And if you are in regular conversation with whatever he's learning, then he is going to enjoy it. Again, I would like to quote a beautiful example. I really love this example. It's not example, it's an actual thing. There is a Nobel laureate, Richard Feynman. He is physicist. So when he got Nobel Prize, all the journalists, they asked him that what is the reason of your success? Who is behind your success? He said, my mother, because whenever in my childhood I was used to come back from my school, she never asked कि school में आज क्या हुआ. She was always used to ask me, what have you asked today in the school? So what question you have asked, from that she was used to judge that what this boy has learned today. So that means he taught him the importance of questioning, and you can question anybody only when you try to understand or you try to know something. So the curiosity of learning something new is automatically generated in this child. So we shall also think about this, that it should not be like this, that when I am telling my child to study something, he is studying it. Let him decide his own way, and let him take his own time. Let him have do it at his own pace. And every child has his own time zone. So whatever time he feels comfortable, let him study at that particular time. And the last dharma is dharma sangha, and this means submission to guru.
Quite a smart mother. Before you get into the final dharma, I think quite a smart mother. She gave birth to a Nobel laureate, and I think the beauty was that was smiling throughout, thinking that the mother is asking, what did you really ask in the class? And I think that
Yes.
that also kind of puts an obligation on the child that मुझे कुछ तो पूछना ही है. Let me first listen, and then I'm going to ask maybe. So quite a mother.
Yes.
Yes, please.
And so last one is dharma sangha. What does this mean? That whenever it actually is talking about the different schools of thought, that whenever you really want to be education, some kind of structure is required, and whosoever your guru is, you shall be able to submit to the guru. Nowadays, a culture has come where the parents, they have all sorts of questions for the teachers and all sorts of bad questions for the teachers. They some of them, they really don't trust teachers, or some that kind of bonding is not there. Please don't do that. If you really want your child to learn and to prosper in life, teach him to respect the teachers. Unless until the that feeling of gratitude is there, child is not going to learn, and child is not able to respect even himself. Because if he is not able to develop this kind of attitude towards the teacher from whom he is taking something, the teacher could be anyone. The teacher could be the mother, the teacher could be the father, the teacher could be a school teacher, or teacher could be anybody else in the, so whosoever is there, the child should have this kind of feeling that he is indebted to this particular person, because he is able to learn this from that particular fellow. So this kind of gratitude should be developed in them.
Very
So
crucial
I think
point.
if we just take care of these 5 dharmas, there will not be any other point which will be left for the parents to understand.
So all the parents out there, देखो फिर ज़्यादा काम नहीं है. I know you will be smiling and laughing there. काम ज़्यादा नहीं है. देखो 5 ही point है. You got to have these 5 points in place. And of course, jokes on one side, but if you can follow these, I think that will make a tremendous difference in how kids will live and how they will show up in life. That will make a huge difference. Now, madam, there's another point that I keep talking about is, and it's also true, and we cannot ignore it. Competition is increasing. Technology is coming in. Of course, it is also supportive. Given what's happening, AI coming in, technology coming in. We're talking about robots taking over, and so many other things. Now, we cannot deny the fact that going forward, the competition will increase. So what is it that the kids can learn at an early age? If parents can get to hear from you, what skills can they learn at an early age that will help them stand out basically and give them an edge? So what is it that you would have to say?
Mr. Kamali, you talked with reference to the technology, but when it comes to the skill, I feel that it is not only the skill of technology.
Correct.
So lots of other skills are also there. I will be talking about the whole range of the skills
Please.
which the child should learn. And I will start with the life skills. Because if the child is not able to earn the life skills, everybody is aware of this, that the 10 skills, they are identified by the WHO, and it talks about the anger management and the time management and the stress management. Everything is there. So these life skills are very, very important in order to help the child to survive in this world, and to manage with the to maintain a repo, or to go along with the others in the society. The second thing is, after life skill, I always talk about the soft skills. So if one is able to develop good communication skills, you if you have learned how to maintain good rapport with others, how to work in the team, how to be collaborative with the others, and how to develop the leadership skills in yourself. So these kind of skills are the another range of skills which I think every child must have in order to have the good success in life. The third kind of skill I will say is that these are the skills for the self sustainability. Nobody, I think this is one area which is always ignored. I will be coming to your the skill which you have referred to in the end, because that comes when all the rest of the 4 kind of skills are learned. So self sustainability means, very simple things which we were used to do at our home: cooking, washing, repairing of the gadgets and the tools which are there. So all these things, they are required. At the time of this COVID, I think every child must have learned how to use oximeter, how to use oxygen cylinder, how to do the fitting of that oxygen caps on those cylinders, and how to use oxygen concentrator. Now, you cannot use these kind of machines unless until you have learned them. So some kind of skill is required. I share with you, I started one very interesting experiment in my school. My whole computer lab was to be replaced because computers got very old. So what I did, I just stored all those computers in another room and asked the children that whenever you are free, you can go to that room. You can do anything, todo, fodo, jodo. You can do anything with the computers. It's all for you. And many of the parents then they came and they shared with me कि मैडम आपने आजकल क्या किया अपने स्कूल में, मेरा बच्चा तो अब मुझे किसी उसको मैकेनिक को बुलाना नहीं पड़ता, वो अपने आप ही कंप्यूटर जो है वो जोड़ लेता है. He has learned this skill. And few parents they also complained कि आपने क्या किया है कि इसने मेरा सारा कंप्यूटर तोड़ के रख दिया है. So I told them कि इसको इतनी फ्रीडम दो आप कि अगर इसने ये इतना इसने करेज लिया है कि इसने कंप्यूटर को खोला है तो ये अपने आप बंद भी करेगा, इसको जोड़ेगा भी अगर तोड़ा है तो. So and many beautiful things came out of after that, and many students they came with the new innovations. So I think we need to trust on the children regarding this and don't tell them कि इस चीज को मत छेड़ो, उसको मत छेड़ो. वो थोड़ा बहुत तोड़ लेगा, आप अपने पिज्जा और बर्गर के ऊपर हजारों रुपए खर्च कर देते हैं. So why not, if he's touching any machine and he's doing some experiment, let him do. So this is another kind of skill. Yes.
Very, very crucial point you said, because the child is just about to dive into a creative space, and just at that moment, agar, हम उसको रोक लें, we as a parent, we stop him, कि नहीं नहीं ये मत करो, ये हो जाएगा, ये मत करो, ये हो जाएगा. I think जो वो creativity का spectrum खुलना था, वो कहीं ना कहीं बीच में ही रह गया. And I hear you said three types of skills. You spoke about life skills, you spoke about time management, you spoke about anger management, you spoke about showing leadership, and so life skills is one thing which you said is very crucial. Second, you spoke about soft skills. Soft skills are again very, very crucial. And third, you spoke about self-sustainability skills. And for all the parents out there, कल ये भी हो सकता है कि बच्चा जो है किसी और सिटी या किसी और कंट्री पढ़ने जाएगा, तो खाना भी बनाना पड़ेगा, कपड़े भी संभालने पड़ेंगे. A lot of work will be required to done. वहां पे ना जाके सबसे ज्यादा याद घर वालों की आती है. अगर मैं घर पे होता तो ये सब जो है नहीं करना पड़ता. But then I think the truth of life is that when when you are studying, when you go out, you go to different cities and countries, you kind of become independent, and you have to become independent, and these self-sustainable skills, they really come in handy.
One should be able to take good care of himself.
Very true, very true, very true. And you were sharing about the initiative that you took in the school. I smiled when you said, jodo, todo, fodo, jo bhi karna hai, but then get something good out of it. And kids are becoming independent in the sense that if they're able to repair their own computers at home, I think nothing like it. That's one.
They got that freedom which they were not getting at home.
True. I think all the parents, ये वाला जो point है, note करने वाला है, because आपने थोड़ी सी freedom देनी है so that kids can express their creativity. हाँ, उसमें थोड़ा नुकसान हो सकता है, I get that, but then imagine over a period of time they will be fine with it. Now I'm little more.
I will not say this nuksan, Kamalni ji. I will say that this is investment.
Investment.
So. And two more skills I want to talk about.
Please.
Another range of skills, because I think nobody has defined the skills like that. And I just these ideas just pop into my mind when you ask this question. So another type of skill is where you are taking your cultural legacy forward. So if you are learning from your mother's embroidery, if you are learning some kind of craftsmanship from your father, or some traditional art which is happening at home for the years, so I think that skill, learning of that skill is also very important, because that not only defines you, not only gives you identity, but it also opens up all the channels of creativity and innovativeness. So, and especially you talked about that if you are moving out of the country, if you are going to another country, people really want to know who you are.
True.
They don't recognize just by your country, just by your language. They try to understand that who you are, what you carries with you.
Yeah.
So this always helps you to define yourself, and you will be able to have high self-esteem, because if you are respecting your culture, if you are respecting your nation, people automatically start respecting you. And this we have observed in the past 5 years, the way India has been now seen by the world. So entire scenario is changed. And in the end, I will come to the technology skills. I will say that whatever new knowledge is coming into the world, try to imbibe that, try to absorb that new knowledge. And so, because that is going to help you to get the economic freedom. So if you really want to have that financial independence, you need to upgrade yourself every time. So whatever new, and again, this happened in the COVID time, that suddenly teachers felt that they have become semi-skilled, those who were not knowing the technology, and they made every effort to learn the technology, because if they really want to share their knowledge, their gyan with the students, they have to learn that language and that skill through which they can reach to the children. So technology skills are very, very important, and we shall try to see that what are all emerging areas, and all of us have to march. It has been said that maybe this will happen uh, with this youth only, that in their lifetime they will be changing their profession at least 8 times. These are the studies. So
Yes,
the professions which are existing today, they will not be after 5 years. So
correct.
every time you need to upgrade yourself.
So
So
parents, I think this is pure gold. गोल्ड के प्राइसेस वैसे ही बहुत ऊपर जा रहे हैं, यहीं पकड़ लो इससे पहले कि और महंगा हो जाए, सो this information coming to you is pure gold. The kids will our kids who are growing up and studying in school, they'll probably, studies are talking about 8. मैं कहता हूँ कि चलो 8 ना हो, 4 हो, 5 हो, if they'll be shifting about 4-5 careers, they would quickly need to upgrade, right? देखो जितनी स्पीड से हम अपने फोन और लैपटॉप्स अपग्रेड करते हैं, राइट, उतनी स्पीड से ही बच्चों को they'll have to really upgrade themselves in terms of technology and picking up the new skills. And your support would be really required, because you might not be able to say, what, कि मेरे एक अंकल थे जो जो स्टेट बैंक ऑफ इंडिया से उन्होंने शुरू किया था और फिर वहीं से रिटायर हुए थे. It might not happen, because the jobs that exist today might not exist about 5-10 years from now. So the speed with which the kids will learn and upgrade will really make a difference. Now, madam, I'm pretty inquisitive about heard a lot about your school from the whole fraternity, and I also know that you do some initiatives that stand out, and they are no ordinary initiatives being undertaken in the school. So why don't you throw light on maybe one or two initiatives that are being done in the school for the holistic development of the kids?
yes, we try to take care of, as you have said in the beginning, that our mission is to prepare committed generation. And I also talked about the local problems and the national problems and the global problems. So I think the every child must understand that every child is important, irrespective of his abilities, disabilities, special abilities, whatever is there. Every child is unique, and we must learn how we can help each other to grow and to sustain in the society. So in my school, we have given very lots of importance to the inclusive culture, and the inclusive culture here means it has two meanings actually. So now, number one, we try to take care of welfare of each and every member of the school fraternity, be it our supporting staff or be the faculty members. Second thing is that every child is welcomed in the school. We have 80 plus children who are with the special needs, and these children these children belong to the cross disability disabilities. We have the students with the ADHD, we have the students with the Down syndrome, we have the students with the visual impairment, and so on. But if the way other students are trained, if you come and see the bonding between the students who have that any kind of the special needs and the other children, if you see their bonding, you will love them, and you will find that lots of things can be learned from these kids, the way they are taking the responsibility of each other, the way they are nurturing each other, and the way they are taking the pride in doing that. So that has, in fact, I will say, has changed our parents' fraternity also. So earlier, when we started this experiment in 2004, parents did had the objection that why these children, they are being given the place in the school, why my child is sitting with this child and that child. But then we started with the training of the peer group, the classmates, and the students, they were able to change the mindset of their parents, because parents realize that child feels pride in taking care of somebody. He feels that I can help somebody, I am of some worth. So this is one experiment, that the whole
Very,
inclusive setup is there.
very
And
noble, very noble thought process. And you know what?
and lots of success stories are there with these children. Lots of good things has happened. For that, I invite all of you to my school.
Looking forward. And while you were talking, I was thinking that how beautifully you have woven that whole culture, wherein the child is learning to be compassionate, he's learning to be empathetic, and at the same time he's able to help the fellow kids who might need some help without making them feel any different. And I think अगर हमारे बच्चे ये एक basic quality ही सीख जाएं, of being compassionate, being empathetic, and being able to help others without actually making them feel any other way, मुझे लगता है that they will have no choice, but they will eventually grow into good human beings. And I think I would really like to congratulate you on that initiative.
And the second initiative which I will be talking about is that we promote student entrepreneurship also. And that also we have blended with lots of other global issues, the issues of the climate change and the environmental consciousness. So we promote the children to take up some entrepreneur activity by using the waste products, by using the waste which is available to them either at their home or in the school. So using those, for example, from paper waste, our students, they did lots of experiments. They are using paper recycling machine to regenerate the paper and to make the paper bags and all. Then they are also using the colorful waste paper to create beautiful jewelry. They are also using the papers, the kind of paper which cannot be recycled, in our school machine. So an arrangement has been made that it is being exchanged with somebody else who has the larger plants, and and some kind of the fresh paper is being taken in place of that. Then this program is also gradually converted into the skill development program. So in every class, every year, children are given one new skill. So this may be the traditional art like tie and dye or the batik or some kind of other art. And this can be some technology art. They are working in the ATL labs and they are doing lots of innovations, and we try to promote each and every child as per the child's taste and the potential. We try to put him into the various categories and try to give them the skills uh, which they feel that they will be enjoying also, which can be their passion and which can later be turned into the profession also. So we
Brilliant.
try to give
I
that
see
kind of
that.
exposure.
I see that you're also creating, you're also promoting entrepreneurship. So these kids will not necessarily be job seekers, but they might also turn out to be job givers. And that
Creators,
directly
yes.
supports the economy. So brilliant initiatives. आपने कहा है, and I'm definitely going to make a visit to the school. And
So Kamalneet, I would like to share with you that because you said that your students may develop themselves as the job creators. So the only startup in India which is being funded by the Facebook and the SoftBank Meesho app. So this child who is the founder of this Meesho app, he's from our school, Vidit Atre.
wow, man,
Yes, and
congratulations.
he is
You
now
already
giving
have a
jobs to.
unicorn.
Yes, he is the latest unicorn.
Brilliant.
But the best part I like about his project is that he is able to give work and the opportunity to work to millions of women.
True, true.
So through this e-commerce platform.
Which I think, when I think of it, what he ended up doing is that, had he not really done that, so many people have so much of skill and so much of talent. He is able to, broadcast that talent and make it available to people all across. So many congratulations to you, to the whole fraternity of SD, and of course the entire team at Misho. So now we really know that the initiatives which are being taken, they're blooming and giving some big results out there. And many congratulations once again. So all the parents out there, just a thought to pick is that, while a child has a choice to probably seek a job, at the same time, if he has a bent of mind towards entrepreneurship, कहीं ना कहीं वो बच्चा जो है, he might be seeking support from us as parents. So we got to be those parents who kind of support and give that gentle push so that they can be on a different journey. I'm excited to come and actually look at the lab and probably get to know more of the initiatives that are being taken up under your leadership. And also at the same time, would want to thank all the viewers. And I'm very sure आपने बहुत सारे notes बनाए होंगे, and you would have picked up all those nuggets. And जो आपको gold मिला आज, you use that gold, because what happens is sometimes a simple information, a simple thought process changes the whole trajectory. अगर हम सिर्फ यही सोच लें कि आने वाले time में there will be changes happening, and certain jobs might not even exist for from now to about 5-10 years, शायद जिस तरीके से हम बच्चों को रेस करेंगे उसमें फर्क आ जाएगा. So thanks to you for bringing that awareness and bringing that solid point up, which will make a difference. And I really want to thank you for taking out time and sharing brilliant inputs. I'm very sure that this will make a difference, how parents will raise their kids, and our tea and coffee is due, whatever. Any concluding thoughts?
Concluding thought is, because when I was coming back to the school, I just saw one board. एक नजर मेरी पड़ी उस बोर्ड पर, और उसको देखते ही मुझे आपका आज ये शाम का रिकॉर्डिंग याद आया, आपका चेहरा मेरे सामने आया, और मैं उसको इसलिए जरूर शेयर करूंगी, क्योंकि पढ़ा तो मैंने उसको पहले भी बहुत बार है, लेकिन कभी कभी होता है कि कोई मीनिंग आपको कब स्ट्राइक करता है, राइट मीनिंग. सो द वर्ड्स वर शुभ कर्मन ते कबहू न डरो. तो मुझे आज पहली बार जो है, पता नहीं क्यों, पढ़ा मैंने पहले भी बहुत बार था, लेकिन कभी ध्यान नहीं गया मेरा कि अच्छे काम करने से कभी पीछे नहीं हटना चाहिए. सिर्फ एक यही मूल मंत्र हम अपने जीवन में ले लें तो पेरेंटिंग मुश्किल नहीं हो. हमारे पेरेंट्स, हमारे बच्चे वैसे ही होंगे जैसा हम चाहते हैं कि जैसी सुगंध वो बिखेरें. सिर्फ एक अगर ये छोटा सा मंत्र हमने अपने जीवन में अपना लिया.
Very beautifully put, very beautifully put. And I think parents, this is yet another nugget for you. And I feel that अगर हम थोड़ा सा भी change कर लेंगे, we as parents, if you make a slight change, and I keep repeating this example, कि अगर rocket launch हल्का सा भी 1 degree इधर हो जाए तो उसका destination बदल जाता है. So I think that degree of change depends upon what you would want to do with what you learn. And I really look forward, and I'm really wishing the best for your kids. And madam, thank you very much for your inputs on the show.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. See you very soon.
Sure.